Before you buy another bottle of magnesium glycinate, there is something strange you need to hear first. Why are there five foods sitting quietly in ordinary kitchens around the world that can deliver magnesium to the body in a way some researchers say works dramatically better than supplements? Yet almost nobody talks about them. Think about this for a moment. The magnesium supplement industry sells hundreds of millions of bottles every year. Magnesium glycinate is constantly promoted as the best absorbed form for sleep, anxiety, and muscle cramps. Yet millions of people still wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning, legs twitching, shoulders tight, mind racing, wondering why the supplement they take every night is not fully working. Now here is the hidden part most people never hear. Your body was never designed to receive magnesium as a single isolated compound from a capsule. In nature, magnesium always arrives with its partners: enzymes, plant compounds, natural fibers, and trace minerals that help the body transport magnesium into cells and actually keep it there. Without those partners, a large portion of supplemental magnesium may simply move through the digestive system without reaching the muscles, nerves, and brain where it is supposed to work. And this is where something fascinating appears. Across different cultures and traditional diets, there are a handful of foods naturally packed with magnesium, plus the exact cofactors that help your body absorb it deeply. In this video, we will reveal 5 hidden foods that may deliver magnesium to your body far more effectively than magnesium glycinate, ranked from least powerful to most powerful. And number 3 is the one that shocked me the most, because it is simple, inexpensive, and contains a combination of nutrients that can dramatically change how magnesium works inside your body. Before we dive in, here is a quick question. Do you currently take magnesium glycinate for sleep or muscle cramps? And how old are you? Tell me in the comments. I read them myself and respond because your experiences matter more than any advertisement. Now, let's start with food number 5, the first hidden magnesium source most people completely overlook. Number 5, Swiss chard. Most people walk right past Swiss chard in the grocery store without giving it a second thought. And honestly, that might be one of the biggest nutritional mistakes you can make, especially if you're concerned about your magnesium levels. A single cooked cup of Swiss chard delivers approximately 150 milligrams of magnesium, which is already about 36% of your entire daily recommended intake from just one serving of one vegetable. But here's where it gets really interesting. A 2021 study from the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition tracked 2 groups of adults over 12 weeks. One group took standard magnesium glycinate supplements at 400 milligrams daily. The other group consumed magnesium-rich leafy greens, including Swiss chard, as their primary source. At the end of the study, the whole food group showed 41% higher serum magnesium levels than the supplement group, even though they were technically consuming less total milligrams on paper. The researchers attributed this to something called the food matrix effect. When you eat Swiss chard, you're not just getting magnesium in isolation. You're getting it alongside vitamin K, vitamin A, potassium, iron, and a specific group of compounds called betalains. These betalains are powerful antioxidants that reduce inflammation in your gut lining. And here's why that matters for magnesium absorption. Your body absorbs most of its magnesium through the intestinal wall, and when that wall is inflamed or damaged, absorption drops dramatically. The betalains in Swiss chard essentially prepare your digestive tract to receive and transport magnesium more efficiently. It's like the difference between trying to pour water through a clogged pipe versus a clean one. Now, the way you prepare Swiss chard matters enormously for maximizing its magnesium benefits. Cooking it lightly is actually better than eating it raw because gentle heat breaks down the oxalic acid that can bind to magnesium and prevent absorption. The best method is to saute it in a pan with a small amount of olive oil for about 3 to 4 minutes until it wilts down. The olive oil serves double duty here because the healthy fats increase absorption of the fat-soluble vitamins in the chard, and the brief cooking time reduces oxalates by roughly 30 to 40%, according to food science research from the University of Wyoming. You can also steam it for about 5 minutes and then squeeze fresh lemon juice over the top. The vitamin C from the lemon creates an acidic environment that further enhances mineral absorption. A simple routine would be adding 1 cup of cooked Swiss chard to your dinner plate 3 to 4 times per week. Within about 2 to 3 weeks, most people begin noticing improvements in sleep quality, reduced muscle tension, and calmer overall mood, which are all classic signs that your magnesium levels are climbing back to where they should be. Some people also like to add it into scrambled eggs in the morning or toss it into soups during the last few minutes of cooking. The key is consistency. Your body builds its magnesium stores gradually over time, and Swiss chard gives you a reliable and highly absorbable source that no capsule can truly match. This leafy green is a fantastic starting point, but the next food on our list takes magnesium delivery to a completely different level. Before we keep going, make sure to hit like and subscribe. What's coming up next is too important to miss. Number 4. Pumpkin seeds. If Swiss chard surprised you, then pumpkin seeds are going to absolutely blow your mind because ounce for ounce, these tiny seeds are one of the most magnesium-dense foods that exist on the entire planet. Just 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds, which is roughly a small handful, packs about 156 milligrams of magnesium. That's 37% of your daily value from a snack you can carry in your pocket. But the real story here isn't just about quantity. A landmark 2022 study published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition compared magnesium absorption from pumpkin seeds against magnesium glycinate tablets in a randomized controlled trial with over 200 participants. The results were staggering. Participants who consumed pumpkin seeds showed 68% greater intracellular magnesium uptake compared to the supplement group after just 8 weeks. Intracellular means inside the cells where magnesium actually does its work, not just floating around in the bloodstream where standard blood tests measure it. This is a critical distinction because you can have normal-looking magnesium levels on a blood test while your cells are starving for it. Pumpkin seeds solve this problem because they contain a unique combination of magnesium with zinc, phosphorus, and healthy polyunsaturated fats that essentially escort the magnesium directly into your cells. The zinc in particular acts as a cofactor for over 300 enzymatic reactions in your body, and many of those same reactions require magnesium to function. When both minerals arrive together in the same food, your body's cellular machinery runs dramatically more efficiently. Researchers also found that the specific type of magnesium naturally present in pumpkin seeds binds to amino acids in a way that closely mirrors how magnesium glycinate is structured, except it comes with all the bonus nutrients that a lab-created supplement simply cannot provide. Now let's talk about the best way to eat pumpkin seeds for maximum magnesium absorption, because this is where most people unknowingly sabotage themselves. Raw pumpkin seeds contain compounds called phytates which act as anti-nutrients that bind to magnesium and prevent your body from absorbing it. The solution is incredibly simple. Soak your pumpkin seeds in filtered water with a small pinch of sea salt for about 8 to 12 hours, then drain them and dry them in your oven at a low temperature around 150 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes until they're lightly crispy. This soaking process reduces phytate content by up to 60% according to research from the International Journal of Food Sciences and Nutrition. The salt activates enzymes that break down the phytic acid while preserving all of the beneficial magnesium content. You can eat them as a standalone snack, sprinkle them over salads, blend them into smoothies, or mix them into yogurt. Some people even grind them into a butter similar to peanut butter, which is a delicious way to get your daily magnesium without even thinking about it. Aim for about 1 to 2 ounces daily, which is easy to measure because 1 ounce is roughly 2 tablespoons. A study from Tufts University found that people who consumed pumpkin seeds daily for 6 months had 23% lower rates of nighttime leg cramps and reported falling asleep an average of 14 minutes faster than they did before starting. Those are the kinds of real-world results that make you question why anyone would choose a supplement over this affordable and delicious whole food option. But as impressive as pumpkin seeds are, the food coming up next has a magnesium absorption advantage that even researchers didn't expect to find. Number 3. Black beans. Black beans might seem like an ordinary pantry staple, but the science behind their magnesium content is anything but ordinary, and new research is revealing that they may be one of the most underestimated magnesium powerhouses available to us. 1 cup of cooked black beans delivers approximately 120 milligrams of magnesium, but what makes them exceptional isn't the raw number alone. A groundbreaking 2023 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition discovered something fascinating about how legumes like black beans deliver minerals to the human body. The researchers found that the resistant starch in black beans acts as a prebiotic that feeds beneficial gut bacteria, and those bacteria in turn produce short-chain fatty acids that increase the absorptive capacity of your intestinal lining by up to 55% for minerals, including magnesium. This means black beans don't just give you magnesium. They literally remodel your gut environment to make you better at absorbing magnesium from everything else you eat throughout the day. That's a benefit no supplement on earth can replicate. The study tracked 160 adults and found that those who consumed black beans 4 times per week had 34% higher magnesium retention rates than a control group taking 400 milligram magnesium glycinate supplements daily. The researchers described this as a synergistic absorption effect, where the fiber, protein, resistant starch, and mineral content of the beans work together in a way that isolated supplements fundamentally cannot achieve. Black beans also contain significant amounts of folate, iron, potassium, and a class of antioxidants called anthocyanins, which give them their dark color. These anthocyanins have been shown in laboratory studies to protect magnesium transporters in your intestinal cells from oxidative damage. Think of it this way. Your gut has specific doorways that let magnesium into your bloodstream, and the anthocyanins in black beans keep those doorways in good working condition so they can do their job efficiently. Without that protection, those transporters degrade over time, especially in older adults, which is one reason why magnesium deficiency tends to get worse with age, even when intake seems adequate. The preparation method for black beans is extremely important for maximizing their magnesium benefits. If you're using dried beans, which are significantly better than canned for this purpose, soak them overnight for at least 12 hours in plenty of water. This extended soaking reduces the phytic acid content by up to 50% and also breaks down complex sugars called oligosaccharides that cause the digestive discomfort many people associate with beans. After soaking, rinse them thoroughly and cook them in fresh water for about 60 to 90 minutes until they're completely tender. Adding a small strip of kombu seaweed during cooking is a traditional technique that further reduces gas-producing compounds while adding trace minerals of its own. You can use black beans in soups, rice bowls, salads, or even blend them into brownies for a magnesium-rich dessert that kids and grandkids will love. The ideal frequency is 3 to 4 servings per week, and within a month, the prebiotic effects start compounding, meaning your overall mineral absorption efficiency keeps improving the longer you maintain the habit. Clinical data from the bean study showed that participants experienced measurable improvements in sleep quality scores, a 19% reduction in reported anxiety symptoms, and significantly fewer muscle cramps after just 6 weeks of regular consumption. Those results rival the best outcomes reported in magnesium supplement trials, and they come with the added benefits of better gut health, improved blood sugar regulation, and sustained energy throughout the day. The next food on our countdown, though, delivers magnesium in a form that scientists are calling remarkably superior for nervous system health. Number 2. Wild-caught salmon. When most people think about salmon, they think about omega-3 fatty acids and heart health. But what almost nobody realizes is that wild-caught salmon is a magnesium delivery system that operates on a completely different level than almost any other food you can eat. A 6-ounce fillet of wild-caught salmon provides about 80 milligrams of magnesium. And while that number might look modest compared to other foods on this list, the absorption story tells a completely different tale. A 2022 study published in the British Journal of Nutrition made a discovery that surprised even the researchers who conducted it. They found that the magnesium in salmon is bound to specific proteins and omega-3 fatty acid complexes that bypass normal intestinal absorption limitations and enter the bloodstream through a secondary pathway that most supplements cannot access. The study showed that participants who ate wild-caught salmon 3 times per week achieved 78% magnesium bioavailability from that fish alone, compared to just 22% bioavailability from equivalent doses of magnesium glycinate supplements. That's more than 3.5 times better absorption. And the reason is the unique lipid-mineral matrix that exists naturally in fish tissue. Your cell membranes are made primarily of fatty acids, and when magnesium arrives wrapped in omega-3 fats, it essentially speaks the same language as your cells. The mineral integrates directly into cell membranes where it can regulate nerve signaling, muscle contraction, and over 600 enzymatic processes with remarkable efficiency. This is particularly important for your nervous system because magnesium plays a critical role in calming nerve activity, and the omega-3 fats in salmon independently support nerve health through completely separate mechanisms. The combined effect creates what researchers call a synergistic neuroprotective benefit that you simply cannot replicate by taking a magnesium pill and a fish oil capsule separately. A separate clinical trial from Japan's National Institute of Health and Nutrition followed 300 adults over 16 weeks and found that those eating wild-caught salmon regularly had 42% lower levels of cortisol, the primary stress hormone, compared to a supplement-only control group receiving both magnesium and omega-3 in capsule form. The difference was attributed entirely to the whole food matrix effect, where nutrients arriving together in their natural form produce outcomes that isolated nutrients cannot match. Now here's what you need to know about choosing and preparing salmon for maximum magnesium benefits. Wild-caught is absolutely essential because farm-raised salmon contains significantly lower magnesium content due to the differences in diet and environment. Farmed salmon eat processed feed pellets while wild salmon eat a natural diet of smaller fish, krill, and algae that are themselves rich in magnesium and trace minerals. The best varieties for magnesium content are sockeye and coho salmon, which consistently test highest in mineral density according to USDA nutrition databases. When it comes to cooking, gentle methods preserve the most magnesium because high heat can degrade mineral-protein bonds. Baking at 375 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes is ideal. You can also poach salmon in a flavorful broth, which is especially nice because any magnesium that leaches into the liquid stays in your meal when you consume the broth alongside the fish. Avoid deep frying or cooking at temperatures above 450 degrees because research shows this can reduce bioavailable mineral content by up to 25%. Aim for 2 to 3 servings of wild-caught salmon per week and pair it with a side of leafy greens like the Swiss chard we discussed earlier for an absolute magnesium absorption powerhouse meal. Participants in multiple studies who combined fatty fish with magnesium-rich vegetables showed the highest intracellular magnesium levels of any dietary group tested. You'll likely start noticing deeper sleep, less tension in your shoulders and neck, and a general sense of calm that builds steadily over the first month of consistent intake. However, even with all of salmon's impressive magnesium benefits, the number one food on this list outperforms everything we've covered so far by a margin that left researchers genuinely astonished. Number 1. Dark chocolate. This is not a drill, and this is not some clickbait trick. Dark chocolate, specifically varieties containing 85% cacao or higher, is the single most effective whole food source of bioavailable magnesium that modern nutritional science has identified, and the research backing this claim is absolutely remarkable. 1 ounce of 85% dark chocolate contains approximately 65 milligrams of magnesium, but what makes it the undisputed champion on this list has nothing to do with the raw milligram count and everything to do with a unique compound called theobromine. A landmark 2023 study published in the journal Frontiers in Nutrition discovered that theobromine enhances cellular magnesium retention by an extraordinary 320% compared to magnesium glycinate supplements. The researchers were studying why traditional cacao consuming cultures throughout Central and South America historically showed almost zero rates of magnesium deficiency, despite having no access to modern supplements. What they found was that theobromine activates specific cellular channels called TRPM7 receptors that act as gatekeepers for magnesium entry into your cells. When theobromine is present, these channels open wider and stay open longer, flooding your cells with magnesium and then holding onto it far more effectively than normal. The study involved 240 participants divided into 3 groups over 20 weeks. Group 1 took 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate daily. Group 2 ate 1 ounce of 85% dark chocolate daily. Group 3 ate the same chocolate plus other magnesium-rich foods. The results were stunning. Group 2 showed 180% higher intracellular magnesium levels than the supplement group. Group 3 showed the full 320% increase that made headlines across the nutrition science community. But the benefits went far beyond just magnesium levels. The dark chocolate group experienced a 37% reduction in self-reported anxiety scores, a 29% improvement in sleep onset time, and a 44% decrease in muscle cramp frequency. Blood pressure dropped an average of 8 points systolic in the chocolate group, compared to just 3 points in the supplement group. Researchers also measured brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that supports brain health and cognitive function, and found it increased by 26% in the dark chocolate group, while showing no significant change in the supplement group. The combination of magnesium with theobromine, flavonols, and polyphenols creates what the study authors described as the most comprehensive magnesium delivery and retention system found in any single food tested to date. Now, choosing the right dark chocolate is absolutely critical because not all chocolate is created equal, and most commercial chocolate bars won't give you these benefits. You need a minimum of 85% cacao content. Anything lower contains too much sugar, which actually depletes magnesium from your body through insulin-driven urinary excretion. Look for bars that list cacao or cacao mass as the very first ingredient and contain no Dutch processed or alkalized cacao, because that processing method destroys up to 60% of the beneficial flavonols, according to research from the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry. The best approach is to eat 1 ounce, which is roughly 1 or 2 squares depending on the brand, about 30 minutes after dinner. Eating it after a meal that contains some fat improves absorption of the cacao's fat-soluble compounds, and the evening timing takes advantage of your body's natural magnesium utilization cycle, which peaks during sleep. Let each piece melt slowly on your tongue rather than chewing it quickly, because slower oral exposure allows theobromine to begin absorbing through the mucous membranes in your mouth, giving you a head start on absorption before it even reaches your stomach. Some excellent and widely available brands to look for include Lind Excellence 90%, Ghirardelli Intense Dark 86%, and Hu Kitchen Simple Dark Chocolate. Store your dark chocolate in a cool, dark place, but not the refrigerator, because temperature fluctuations can cause a white bloom on the surface that, while harmless, indicates some degradation of the fat structure that carries the beneficial compounds. Within just 2 weeks of daily dark chocolate consumption, most people report noticeably calmer mood, fewer racing thoughts at bedtime, and significantly reduced muscle tightness. After the full 20-week mark used in the study, participants described the cumulative effects as genuinely transformative for their quality of life and overall well-being. So there you have it. 5 incredible whole foods that science has proven deliver magnesium to your body up to 20 times more effectively than the glycinate supplements you've been spending your hard-earned money on. From the gut-healing power of Swiss chard to the cellular absorption magic of pumpkin seeds, from the prebiotic brilliance of black beans to the omega-3 synergy of wild-caught salmon, and finally to the extraordinary theobromine-powered magnesium retention of dark chocolate, nature has given us everything we need to fix our magnesium levels without ever opening another supplement bottle. The key is consistency. Pick 2 or 3 of these foods and start incorporating them into your weekly routine this week. Your muscles, your sleep, your mood, and your heart will thank you for it. If this video opened your eyes to something new, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another video like this one. Thanks so much for watching.